YouTube, how you doing? Traders, how you doing? For the sound of it, you all ain't doing too well. Some of you do technical analysis, some of you do market analysis and no technical analysis. Some of you do both. And then how many of you actually do mentoring, technical analysis, market analysis, research on your own? And how many of you do all those plus do research on other job descriptions in the market besides retail trading? Do you know what a broker does? Do you know what a hedge fund manager does? Because this is what it takes. If you've been reading the link, my publication, you not only hit all last week, you should have been hitting Monday. If you've been reading the link, you would have picked your positions on Friday. So when all of the trading applications, except for Webull, what I'm on, I heard every other Robinhood, Noodle Flakes, whatever other applications there are out there that I don't bother with. Weren't letting you do option trading. And it's an obvious answer to that. And I'll just recap what's in the letter. If you scroll down to the summary, 1.3 and summary 1.4, it may be summary 1.2 if you haven't been reading it, so you can recap on really how things work. What we are witnessing today is a rate swap done by another sell-off of bonds that Japan and Germany bought, and then the Fed bought them right back. And that's how they affected a rate swap. So effectively, the yields are down today, but really, if the yields are down, the dollar should be up. The dollar's still kind of up there, but it's coming down because, in effect, they're not published. Things are running slow. They haven't put out the new yields, and they really don't have to because they did a rate swap. So the yields can still remain where they're at. STLD, Caterpillar, Nucor, all these companies that I was writing about Friday are doing exceptionally well today, except for one of them. But not for a big loss. There's quite a few gains to be made today if you moved in position Friday. If you go up to the top of the publication, you'll see why you buy at the end of the day and you sell early if you're going to sell in the day. I mean, it's the difference between smart money and dumb money. I mean, at the end of the day, I feel sorry for a lot of people that don't take the time to read in depth. I'm actually doing a lot of in-depth research and presenting it to you for free. Going through each asset classes, breaking down sub-asset classes, following the money, presenting a very strong case, presenting other opinions, source videos, and I'm figuring I'm doing it for myself. I might as well publicize it for other people to be able to use. Zero volatility. Well, if you read the link, the stock market is only a fraction of the bond market. All the action is in the bond market. And yet and still, BNDX, BNDW are still spiked. That's how I know that the Fed sold bonds 100 to 1 to Germany and Japan and bought them right back instantaneously. So at the end of the day, it was obvious today was something weird was going to happen. It's going to be frozen. The market is up, which I have been predicting since Wednesday of last week. So I'm going back to work because now I want to introduce the concept of mining companies, GLD, PAAS. Hello. And the reason why I've held off from actually writing about it is because it is very complicated business. It's all about supply and demand. Also, the cost of operation, equipment. So when I mean supply and demand, I mean the price of gold or silver or copper or whatever I happen to be talking about. I did, to sort of kind of go backwards on you, STLD is another one that is doing well today. Commodities are doing well today because the dollar is weak. Foreign currencies are strong. So that's why you're getting a freeze on all of your trading applications, because they want foreign money in the market. They don't want your weak dollars to compete with their strengthening currencies. Their currencies is not as strong as the dollar, but their currencies are strengthening in this particular case to help prop up the market and offset the loss of selling treasuries, leveraging bonds 100 to 1 to get them to sell off. These monetary policymakers know what they're doing. They just do. And I don't expect to hear from the Fed. I expect to hear from Trump, because at this point, Trump is calling for a rate cut, but what that would do will destabilize the global system. And this new, he's trying to stop this subprime bond market. Maybe for the betterment of the United States. I'm not sure about that. But all I know is the subprime bond market is what's keeping things going right now. Interest rate swap, subprime bond market, this kind of stuff. It's in serious detail in the link. I'll leave it. You guys are even frozen from getting out of trades, or I imagine you can get into trades, but you really don't want to get in trades today because you're already positionless. And if you go to the link, you'll see why you can't sell. Because nobody's going to buy something that's sky high and has no more upward mobility. I'm going to buy your stock at a sky high rate only for it to come down. Come on now. So it's all in there. I'll start working on introducing precious metal mining companies, the dynamics of trading these companies. And basically the dynamics is the price, cost of operation, a geographical location, if the mines are open or not, or if they have to reopen a mine to meet current demand and supply and demand are the dynamics. So that's it. And for this week, that's what I will be focusing on. I've already focused on infrastructure construction companies because 3.6 billion from the DoD for this wall they want to build. I just followed the money, and today on hit, followed the money. I'll talk to you guys later.